deep in the heart of Ferrari territory. But who do the locals tip for victory?
Schumacher.
Schumacher!
Schumacher!
David Coulthard.
Nakano.
Schumacher!
Schumacher has it then. The Ferrari fans are out in force for the San Marino Grand Prix at Imola in Italy. David Coulthard's on pole again with Mika Häkkinen beside him on the front row of the grid. But the majority of the huge crowd have come to see one man, Michael Schumacher, who starts third today. Lights out, and they're ready to go. The two McLarens followed by the two Ferraris. Problems for Wirtz though, he's dropping back. There's trouble at the back of the field. There goes Barrichello's rear wing across the circuit. What happened, Paul Stewart?
Obviously, Jan must have been behind Rubens because it was Rubens' rear wing that's come undone and Jan's front wing. Very disappointing and quite really not what we need right now.
Coulthard is leading, closely pursued by Häkkinen, Michael Schumacher, Villeneuve and Irvine. Lap 2 and Damon's in the pits for a new nose after clipping Wirtz. Back to the action at the front and David Coulthard already has a comfortable gap to Mika in second. Hill's back in the thick of it, edging his Jordan past Nakano's Bernardi. Whilst McLaren pilot Mika Häkkinen has a problem. Team boss Ron Dennis is calling him in. The Finn has a broken gearbox and pulls in for good. Fisichella's having an off, hitting the tyre barriers hard. Fortunately, he's okay. Coulthard is looking to lap Diniz as the Brazilian's engine fails. A terminal problem for Wirtz.
We have a problem in the start. He got stuck in third gear and it damaged the engine.
Lap 27 and things are hotting up. The end of Nakano's race. Eddie Irvine can certainly stand the heat as a charging Villeneuve pursues him for third. Riding with the Irishman now as he runs offline and back on track. Hill passes Salo's arrows for 10th place. Eddie Irvine enters the pits just behind third place Villeneuve. A quick stop by the Ferrari crew, but they're in a flap at Williams. Villeneuve is forced to concede a position, and Patrick Head is furious the fuel flap wouldn't open. 14 laps to go, and there goes Coulthard, leading by 21 seconds. Schumacher has just set the fastest lap though. Can he catch the McLaren? The Mugen engine ends Hill's eventful race early. Coulthard is still out in front. But Ron Dennis is keeping a close eye on the catching Ferrari of Michael Schumacher, who is just 6 seconds behind with 1 lap remaining. David Coulthard is rounding the last few corners now. Schumacher's not giving up though, chasing hard to the end. Tense times in the garage. As David Coulthard takes his first win of the season, followed closely by Michael Schumacher in second, to the jubilation of the Tifosi. Irvine takes third with Villeneuve fourth, just behind. Häkkinen is happy for his teammate who deserved the win after a very strong showing.
Today our car was running quicker and I think that's shown by the fact that we were able to open such a big gap before the pit stops. But I think we had enough in hand that it would be very difficult for Michael to get close to us.
The sweet taste of victory for Coulthard, who will be raring to go for the next encounter. A great win for the Scot in Italy and 10 valuable points towards the championship battle. The two Williams and the Sauber of Jean Alesi round off the top 6. The first sign of weakness in the all-conquering McLaren surfaced at Imola. Championship points leader Mika Häkkinen having his race cut short, retiring on lap 17 with mechanical failure.
Well, I lost the fourth gear, and without that it is impossible to continue racing, really. So obviously you can imagine I'm very disappointed, but I guess I have a lot of experience in my career to have situations like this, but it happened, so nothing what I can do now.
Mika was pragmatic, but the Finn's retirement caused concern for teammate David Coulthard.
The team informed me that Mika was out, but clearly I could see that anyway. And I didn't ask what the problem was because I didn't want to be thinking about that particular, listening for noises with the engine, or I don't even know now what the problem was.
It was after the second set of pit stops that the San Marino Grand Prix truly came alive, climaxing into a nail-biting finish. DC, with 15 laps to go, was 20 seconds ahead of Michael Schumacher's Ferrari, but the German was hot on the Scotsman's heels, circulating at over a second per lap faster.
Basically, I was just trying to run a race that wasn't too hard on the brakes or the engine, and just try and maintain the gap to Michael. So I was perfectly comfortable to let that gap reduce, because I knew that I could go a little bit quicker. So the only worry in doing something like that is that if you get a problem, then you don't have so much time in hand.
10 laps from the checkered flag and the gap was down to 15 seconds. David was suffering reliability problems, but still managed to hold off the flying Ferrari.
We had some debris in the cooling system, and we were really struggling to keep the oil temperature at acceptable to level. So we just took the whole gap and used it for reliability. We could have gone much quicker, but it was unnecessary.
The controversial and ugly side wings that many of the teams have been using this season have been banned by the FIA on safety grounds. Team owner Eddie Jordan.
When one takes into consideration the efforts that were made by a team, of course it's disappointing, but we were one of the people who got some real advantage out of these side wings. I think, to be truthful about it, there was a impairing of vision from a driver's point of view in terms of what he could actually see. And if there is a question ever of safety, you have to side on the safety aspect.
The FIA's ruling will put an end to incidents such as this seen in Argentina this year.